Welcome to the Ugly Truth.
Second vocal test. Second morning vocal test.
Hey,
What?
it's producer Dub, everybody.
Yeah, turn it off now while you still can.
Just letting you know, it's a producer Dub episode. You've been warned.
We have to, but wait like 10 more seconds, and we can count this as a download.
Just listen for like 60 seconds so we can get that download. Although, you know, you are free to recommend and also rate and review us.
That would be nice.
I would appreciate it.
Yep.
5 stars only, though.
5 stars only.
Don't be bitching.
Or 1 star if it's super funny.
No, I don't want a 1 star.
We don't have any.
I know.
We're all good. Everybody's been great. But if you haven't dropped one, drop another one because we've been doing this a long time. That'd be awesome. Help our brother out. Help a sister out.
7 years. Anyway, so something happened downstairs and I wanted to ask you if I've ever told you this. Guess who, since birth, has been breaking antennas and remote controls? And it was literally like legend. Notoriously, this person repeatedly broke antennas and remotes.
Antennas like on cars and stuff, or
cars,
radios, everything?
radios, televisions, you name it.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say she's in this room. Am I correct?
You are correct, sir.
Okay.
I don't think there's not one device that my parents owned or that I owned, including vehicles, where I did not break the antenna of it. And then as technology progressed, broke many remote controls.
TV remote controls.
Television, RC cars, name it. In fact,
so all those years that I blame the kids for losing the back of the remotes because they keep dropping it.
Definitely me.
Okay.
Probably.
Awesome. Probably most definitely me.
Probably, absolutely me. I remember when Radio Shack was the thing when I was.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was very young. I mean, I don't, but that was the only place to get. There was no Best Buy. There was no Target. No. So you would either go to Radio Shack to get the latest radio or whatever.
Yep.
Or whatever. And there was a little handheld thing, AM, FM radio.
Yeah, like a transistor radio.
Yeah, that's it. Transistor radio. And my dad had one. And he would put it on in the garage when he was doing whatever garage dads do. And I would go out there when he was at work and be like, oh, cool radio, whatever. And I'd turn it on and I'd listen to the radio because I love the radio. And sure enough, I'd bend it or break it. And I'd always break it.
And they were aluminum too. So.
At the base.
Yeah.
So you couldn't even fix it. I would try. I would get
tape,
glue, whatever. And sure enough, who was touching my radio? Jamie Lynn.
And they didn't work without those back then. So
no, they did not. I remember I actually got my own radio once, like a little mini boom box.
Yeah.
It was probably like 11 or 12.
Mm-hmm.
It was black. I remember it because I would use it to tape my favorite songs.
Yeah.
From
on cassette?
Yes, on the radio, and I would listen to it.
Of course.
And I had the thing maybe a week. And I broke that. So, of course,
what are you
my
doing?
parents were just
trying to get it a better signal, or were you just fiddling with it?
I think both. And I was also just very, anybody who knows me knows it's hot and cold. There's no in between.
What?
There's no gray area. So it's like if I pull the antenna, you pull the out like in a telescope,
yep.
And I would pull too hard and I'd rip the whole thing out. Or I would be trying to find the right place to get the perfect signal.
Yeah.
And I'd just bend that shit completely off. I did it to cars too.
Ugh.
When I would wash it. If I would wash the car, I'm like, well, I got to wash the antenna. And I would break it. It just reminded me because today, I think today was probably like the 16th time that I've dropped the remote and broken it.
Downstairs, yeah.
Yeah. So
that doesn't count the times when you flip it off of the bed either.
I simply just gave up. I just leave it now.
Did you leave it?
I did.
Are the batteries out and all over the floor?
One.
So I could slip and fall and die.
Well, if you slip and fall, that's your problem.
Not if I slip and fall on the battery that you failed to pick up.
Well, then you're blind. I don't know what to tell you. Look around. You know who you're living with.
At your own peril, people.
All I know is that I just thought it. So I remember vividly going, oh, maybe I'm past it because now we have iPhones and, whatever. No, we still have remotes. So
we do.
And I absolutely break iPhones.
And you will never not do this. You know why? Because you'll be the last person on the planet to be okay using voice-activated commands.
I hate voice-activated commands.
That's what I mean.
Hate it.
You will continue to look for remotes. They will make remotes for you because you don't want to do the voice stuff, and therefore you won't have to. You're going to be able to break remotes for a long, long time.
I'll be that one person where they'll go, hey, old timers who refuse to acquiesce to the new technology. Yeah. You're going to have to reboot your television if you'd like to see the 300 channels that are free. Thanks. From an 80-year-old Kelly Clarkson telling me to reboot my television because I won't do the voice activated stuff. And I'll sigh heavily and I'll be mad. Yeah. So yeah, that'll be me. I hate technology. I'm so sick of it. I'm not an old codger. I do like it. I have beef with television. I just do. I don't know why. I just do.
I think it stems partially from the volume of commercials, both in number and in actual volume, which is just utterly ridiculous that even though there's supposed to be some kind of rule, commercials on television still are louder than the program.
I would love to throw money at the problem for everything. So if I could have commercial-free TV forever, I would. Mm-hmm. But it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
They don't want you to have commercial-free TV.
Well, they make that brutally clear when you're paying $400 a month for commercial-free television. And it's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. And some of them are like, we know you paid for commercial-free television, but just so you know, you're going to get 2 ads. Screw you. Forget it. Hate it.
There's just way more money to be made on you if we run a couple of ads.
Whatever. I'm over it.
I know.
Anyway, yeah, so I just wanted you to know that my breaking of devices is a long-standing tradition.
Goes way, way back.
Oh, yes. Way long-standing tradition. Just like when I was younger, I've yet to have a white T-shirt that doesn't have a stain on it. That'll be me for life.
Yeah.
For life.
Which is that why you get black T-shirts?
Well, no, they're slimming.
Oh.
Number 1. But number 2, no, I just like black T-shirts. Those have always been my favorite.
Sure.
Anyway, so our daughter got married, and although
I was there.
I know. And although Stephanie and I talked about it briefly, and I did a super fast rundown of the weekend because so much happened, obviously. And I feel like I left stuff out. Like, I don't even remember.
You didn't.
I didn't? So do you not want to talk about it?
No, we can talk about it.
Well, you're the father of the bride. I was just wondering if you had anything to add.
Yeah, no, I think you did a great job describing the day. I have been asked about it quite a bit.
Oh, you have?
Uh-huh. Because of just work and people knew I was off.
What do people want to know?
They just want to know how it went, because I talk to lots and lots of people all the time. So want to know how it went. And I have repeatedly used the word perfect day, the phrase perfect day.
Yes.
Because I think it truly was. And I don't throw that word around lightly, perfect, right?
No.
So, I mean, you already told the story. It wasn't exactly perfect. There were a couple of things. But honestly, I mean, just the main parts of it. At the end of the day, Mackenzie doesn't think it could have gone better. Right?
Oh, yeah.
There wasn't an aspect of it that she didn't appreciate, including falling down the stairs or me choosing the wrong song the first time whatever the things were. But generally speaking, it really, really, truly was a really great weekend as a whole, but also just a good day.
I know. It was so nice having all of our kids together, right?
Yeah. Really for sure. And it was a little weird to me that the ceremony was like 87 seconds.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. I'm like, wait, what?
Or I at least wish I had been a little more prepared for that. And maybe I just, I felt like I wasn't paying attention that I didn't know this was happening. I knew they did a little vow thing. And
they did the stuff that you would normally see privately.
Yeah.
So what we saw was the exchange of the rings and the I do.
Right.
And that was it. And I even told Mackenzie, I'm like, people drove a long way.
I mean,
People drove a long way to come here.
Something for your money, for crying out loud.
Anything. Can you show us a little,
A little dance, a little routine down the aisle, something. But no, it was.
I'm sure, you know what?
It was
honestly,
very Kenzie and Ken.
honestly, no one's complaining because I have been to many a wedding, obviously.
Oh, sure.
And the ones that are lengthy are boring. They're just boring.
One of my the following weekend, one of my coworkers, one of the guys I work with, went to a wedding at some place called Breakers in West Palm Beach, which I guess is a very famous resort in Florida.
I saw the photos.
And because his wife is very social in terms of sharing pictures and stuff like that. I don't know if I told you this, but staff was just around going, this is $1 million wedding.
It looked like more than $1 million.
Yeah. I mean, the whole ceiling was flowers.
It was
they
stunning.
Had people on stilts. It
was
insane. I was like,
it was literally like, I've seen, you see all kinds of,
yeah,
whatever, weddings and receptions.
Yep.
This was probably easily one of the most beautiful weddings I've ever seen.
Yeah, and that's not even being there. That's just from the pictures.
It was I'm like, if I had an unlimited floral budget, I would do this. Yeah. It was absolutely beautiful. I don't know what happens to the flowers afterwards. Of course, I'm like, what do they do with all those flowers? They're so beautiful. I know that they sometimes donate to senior homes or hospitals or whatever, but I'm like, damn. I'm like, there were more pink roses and peonies. I'm just like, give them to me. I want them. They're so stunning.
Anyway, Kenzie's wedding was not that, fortunately, for all of us.
Everybody we've told about the wedding was like, I'm jealous. I wish we had done that.
Oh yeah,
because now paring it down to the smallest of small is kind of the way to go.
It was like a hybrid micro elopement wedding.
I would agree with that.
It was had a little bit of regular wedding, a little bit of elopement, a little bit of everything.
The fun part was big.
Yeah.
The technicality part was small. And that I think everybody very much enjoyed. Yeah. So that was great. I loved it. I didn't see you cry a whole lot. I was literally crying the whole weekend, which is, I'm like, why am I suddenly this weepy person? I'm constantly emotional. I hate it.
You're a crier.
I'm sick of it. I was never a crier. I was never this person. And I've heard the rumors. I have heard the statistics that you get over 40 and all of a sudden you're a crier.
You're a crier.
And apparently it's just because you are so much more aware of how close to death you are. So you're just enjoying every moment.
That's dumb.
Really? I don't think it's dumb. I don't think that's dumb at all.
After 40, you start thinking how close to death you are, subconsciously or consciously.
Because you're just like, this is such a... You appreciate the special moment because it's like... It's legitimately like there's not that many of them, and you're really aware of it.
Yeah, I don't think it matters how old you are. I think it matters who it's for. Like,
I don't know.
It's like it's your kids, and so it happens to happen after 40 because your kids are grown up and doing that kind of stuff. But
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I saved my tears for the father-daughter dance. So
which one?
Both of them. I had enough for both of them.
I will say the second one, when you did the actual
that was worse.
Dance,
that was definitely worse.
The groom was even crying.
Yeah.
So that was obviously more special, I think.
I would agree.
But anyway.
Bygones.
I'm kind of on Reddit.
Kind of?
What do you mean? Well, I mean, I'm not over the top on Reddit. I just like Reddit.
How many, what are they called? What? Kudos, credit, like what do you?
Oh, karma?
Karma. What's your karma at?
I have no idea.
What?
Well, I don't keep track of that stuff.
Oh.
Okay, so anyway, they have the reason that I like Reddit is because of the absolute weird subreddits there are. Like there's so many bizarre Reddits. Like anything you could possibly imagine, they have it.
Yeah.
And that's why I love it. It's like going to a international store. You're going to be like, "Oh, there's no way they have that." And they're like, "Oh my God, they have that." It's great. But there's a couple that I really like the hypothetical, which I've talked about with you before. It's like, it's always money based for some weird reason. And we were trying to have this discussion with our son about the hypothetical of if there was really a purge and you could commit any crime in 24 hours, what would you do? And of course, Tyler's like, no one would commit any crimes. They'd be hiding in their house.
Right.
No one would do anything. Everybody be afraid of murder. So no one would leave. Yeah. They would just stay. And I'm like, what's funny is when when that first hypothetical came into my brain, I, of course, like probably most people, I immediately think about the people I hate and who would I murder. But then I'm like, honestly, I don't think I could take a life. So I'm like, truly, I don't think I could take a life just because I hated somebody. So I'm like, okay, I'm not a murderer, so I know I wouldn't murder.
Yeah.
Honestly. But I would 100% do the Robin Hood thing.
Oh.
I would recruit a hacker or something, and I would be prepared. And then the second it was the purge, I would log in and clear mortgages, I'd bank transfer, I'd do all the things.
Yeah.
And then, of course, pay my house off as well.
Well, that would be nice.
Yeah. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
It would be purely monetary. And of course, our son was like, well, everybody would do it and the money wouldn't be worth anything. And it would, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you take the fun out of literally everything.
I think there are terrible people in the world and that they would do those things. I don't think it would be as dramatic as
like
the
murder?
movies are. Oh, for sure. I think people would home invade and kill and take.
Well, luckily we don't have anything.
I don't think it would be a lot, but
maybe.
Again.
I mean, you're right. But because the worst but I mean, the thing is most people are driven by money and survival.
Right.
So murder is like the least option.
Fair, but here's the thing about this though is if you're willing to commit murder, you're not doing it to get caught. Like you don't suddenly go, boy, I'm going to get off today. If I kill today, I'll be okay. So I'll do it today. That's not how. I don't think that's how people who would. I just think if crime
was punishless for one day, I just can't imagine. Well,
I don't think
it would change.
Some revenge. If they were going to kill, they were going to kill. It doesn't matter whether they get caught or not. So,
but it's the easiest. It's the easiest crime. Like that. There's no. You don't benefit from it.
Right.
And so, to me, everybody would be more money focused.
No, of course.
I think, or possession focused. They'd go steal a Porsche or whatever. That's what I think anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
Would you rather have Cheeto dust on your fingers for a year or have to walk around with wet socks for a year?
Oh, Cheeto dust.
Somebody did one today where they said you would get $1,000 a day for every day you did not bathe, including cleaning your genital area after you poop. And I'm like, I wouldn't participate.
No.
I wouldn't even do it for a day. I couldn't. I mean... You know what I might do is I might do like an enema where there's just nothing in my body and then see how long I could go. But I mean, I couldn't not wipe after peeing is like I would get sick so quickly. I just couldn't imagine. What a horrible thing.
What a horrible thing to read.
Well, not only that, but it's only $1,000. Like, that's not enough money to be filthy. I'm sorry. I wouldn't do it.
I agree.
Would you rather sit on a very cold toilet seat or a slightly warm toilet seat? I want cold. I've sat on a warm toilet seat and it's terrible, especially at a bar. I mean, somebody was sitting there for who knows how long warming up that fucking plastic.
I don't have that problem.
Well, I mean, you might.
I mean, because I don't have to usually sit down on a seat outside of my own house, so...
Would you rather fight Mike Tyson in his prime for 60 seconds or have his voice and lisp forever?
Oof.
I would take the voice, buddy.
No, not me. I would take the fight.
Dude, he'd kill you. He'd decapitate you. It'd be over.
No,
you would have nothing. You would have a lisp. You would have a lisp anyway.
I would run.
No, you wouldn't make it. I'm sorry. What did they say that about men? Do you think if you ask a man if they think they could fly a plane in an emergency situation, could you do it?
You're asking?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Most men say absolutely 100% they could do it.
Yeah.
So you think you could fly a plane?
Yeah.
I would not. Movies. I've done enough video games. I can do anything.
Fly? Yeah. Yes. Land? No.
I bet you could land. Well, everything's automatic now.
Everything's autopilot.
Right?
Easy
I don't know,
peasy.
man.
Easy peasy.
I'm not even asking that one. That one's terrible. Oh, okay. A 7-year-old said, a 7-year-old girl asked, would you rather
Taylor Swift.
Would you rather punch a baby once or get punched once a day for the rest of your life by a guy named Chet?
Chet's a nerdy name, so
every day?
Punch a baby. Who's baby?
I would never punch a baby. That's insane.
Who's baby?
I wouldn't punch a baby. I did see one the other day that made me laugh. It said, you will get paid. I don't remember how much it was. You would get paid, I think it was $1 million a year for the rest of your life. But every day you had to sit down whenever you wanted to, but every day you had to sit down and watch from beginning to end Morbius.
Yeah, I heard that one.
And it can't be in the background. You have to sit and watch it.
I saw that one.
Every day for the rest of your life. Every day?
Well, right now, I would tell you I would do it because I've actually never seen Morbius, but...
Well, how many times do you think? I think you would be driven insane.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know if I could do it. Like at night, before you go to bed? I would hate that so much.
That's dumb.
I
can't imagine having to do that with anything. But I think I get the humor in it, but...
I don't know, man. Some of these are driving me crazy. I couldn't do it.
You know what we can talk about?
What?
Baseball.
Oh God,
you tried to get through it.
Well, I was
without talking about it, but
I was kind of hoping.
Well, there's not a whole lot to talk about. It's just started, but it's exciting that it started.
Are they doing well? Are the Giants doing well?
I mean, it's only 4 games in, but yeah.
They are? What about that terrible pitcher, Ray? Oh,
the one that almost went 6 innings of a perfect game the other day.
But he didn't, did he?
He did not.
No, he did not.
No,
he's awful. Terrible person.
They're winners. They're 3-1, I think.
Well, they won tonight. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, it's very early, but I just like baseball season and the start of it. So.
It is so nice. And you know what I noticed too? Like when we go out and about, and you always wear your Giants hat now.
Yeah.
You're not the only one. Every guy we've seen, every baseball hat I've seen in our town has a Giants hat on.
Yeah.
And so there's always this weird peripheral side acknowledgement.
Yeah.
When you see Giants fans or baseball or whatever, it's really funny.
Yeah, it's like that. Well, actually, here's something interesting about baseball season,
especially if they're doing well,
is that although I don't care about the team specifically, it is pretty exciting to have Major League Baseball in Sacramento, where we are, with the A's playing here for the next few seasons while they wait for their Vegas stadium to be built.
Athletic fans are not happy.
I don't care. There wasn't enough of them, or they would still be there.
Well, I mean, I think Oakland treated them like garbage.
Yeah, that's what
for
I'm talking
a very
about.
long time.
That's what I'm talking about. Nobody came to the games because the stadium was a piece of shit.
Exactly.
So they're going to have as many people at these games that only holds 15,000 as they had at the stadium that held 45,000. So I mean, I don't like it for the fans.
Well,
because
that's kind of my point.
Forever, you know, it's not where the team started, but it was there and huge in the 70s.
I guess for me, what it feels like is, what a surprise that a $1 billion industry has completely neglected to care about the fans who actually buy the tickets and support the team. You know, they don't give a shit. And so that it was just made so apparent in Oakland that it's really freaking sad because
bad city.
There are just people who have been born and raised A's fans, and it's just what a kick in the nuts for them.
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, they do get to see them. They're here in Sacramento. They're playing at the River Cats. Did you hear about that Chicago Cubs player? He's like, I think it's stupid that we're playing in a AAA stadium.
Man.
He said that today, and everybody's like, oh. And he's just like the worst, apparently. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
they're like, you're just going to get booed in another stadium. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, anyway. they got to play somewhere, and that place was unplayable. So,
well, I mean, and it is a cool little, thing to. I mean, I don't know. Like,
they're gonna have one of the coolest stadiums in the league when it opens in Vegas.
Just like the Raiders.
The plans that I saw.
Yeah, they're really nice.
It's really cool.
But is it going to be one of those things where it's like anybody will go now?
Although they stuck it by the airport.
Well, it's not that big of a town.
Yeah.
Where are they going to put it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, it should be great. I mean, I want to go to games. Although I will say, like the Giants play here.
Can't even get a ticket.
Stadium. Oh no,
Can't even get a ticket.
Couple $100 a ticket because there's so few seats and they're so popular, and you're seeing major leaguers.
Yeah,
I mean the Yankees are going to be here. The Cubs were here. That's
a pretty big deal.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It'll be, you know what? It'll be a footnote in Sacramento history for sure.
Well, I think it'll set the stage for pro sports here. To be honest, I know they have basketball here and that it's well supported. Soccer here is pretty well supported, but it definitely could be a team. It could, if we do well with seats and stuff like that for the next 3 years, you will definitely be on the list for a pro team when they expand.
I would really like to see them.
I will still like the Giants better. But.
I would like to see them flesh out college ball here. I think that's what I would like
college
more than pro.
College football has grown quite a bit here. I mean, it's gotten obviously the team's gotten better. They put more money into it, but yeah.
I mean, that's what I would like. I think college sports is way funner than pro, and it's affordable. People can actually go and enjoy it.
Right.
Anyway, I loved it. Okay, so I was... we're going to end on this. I'm thinking if I have an awkward moment, and I know I'm sure I do. I just can't think of any right now. But
well, the remotes.
Yeah, I opened the show with the remotes.
A lifetime of awkward moments. Ugh. Remotes and antennas.
It's really hard because I have stuff I want to talk about, but I really want to save it for when Stephanie comes back. And so I'm trying to cobble together stuff. And you and I talk about stuff. That's the thing that sucks, is that we have these amazing conversations. And then I go, I need you to sit in today.
Can't save it for the show.
Stephanie couldn't come. So do you mind doing a show? And we love doing shows together, actually. Love doing shows with you. But I don't know. I always feel like I'm grasping at things when you're sitting in the seat, and I hate that too.
Well, because you have
good.
Yeah, and I don't react obviously the same way that Stephanie would react and stuff like that. But I do think that it's fun doing shows with you, though. I like it.
I know you do. So the other day, I'm kind of struggling with my hair.
Okay.
The wedding is over, and Greg, my hair stylist, and I have talked about doing...
Our hairstylist?
Have talked about doing something different for summer.
Yeah.
Not a pixie cut or anything like that. Mostly color. We're like, we should do something different. It'll be so fun, whatever. And I'm just absolutely I can't think of anything. So I was literally Googling hairstyles for women 2025. I'm trying to find ideas, anything to spark...
Sure.
A wisp of inspiration, nothing. And I just was I saw a picture of my hair in a photo, and it looks so different. Ever since COVID, man, my hair has never been the same. And so I'm like, God, my hair is fried, dyed, and laid to the side. And I was like, my mom said that all the time.
Yeah.
And I never knew where it came from, but it sounded urban. So I Googled it the other day.
Fried, dyed,
and laid to the side. And of course, it is Black women's hair.
Uh-huh.
It is, which does not sound like that's what it would be. So without getting too wordy, back in the day, before there was all these amazing products for coarse Afro hair or Black women's hair, they had, and I've seen the videos, man, super hot combs. So they plug them in like curling irons, but they're combs. Okay. And they would comb the hair straight.
Before they had straighteners and stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's like the original straightener, right? Yeah. But so they would do that. And sure as shit, you would get a burn on your forehead or the tip of your ear because your mom would do it. And, and the whole thing is this pure metal comb that would heat up. So there's very little room for error. That just terrifies me. My mom has burned my hair. She has cut my ear, cutting my hair, God. The whole thing. So I know that horrible feeling of doom. But what would happen is if somebody didn't do it right, or they over fried it, or they did, they messed it up somehow, women would go, oh, her hair is fried, dyed, and laid to the side. And I'm like, why did my mom pick that up? But then I realized she was born in the south side of Chicago, which is primarily a Black community.
Sure.
So that's probably where she got it.
It was in a movie, too, or a show or something.
I did not see anything like that, but it's definitely Black culture.
Yeah.
And that's so awesome. What's funny is I just say it. Yeah. All the time.
Well, that's true of a lot of sayings, though. People say things they don't know where it comes from.
I don't want to say that now out loud and have some woman go, excuse me?
Excuse me? Why
are you saying that? I'm like, no, my mom said it. And they were like, who's your mom? And I would show her a picture of my white Swedish mother. They're like, why is she saying it? I'm like, I don't know.
Man, that's funny.
But anyway, I was like, well, I still like the terminology. I think it's funny, but I didn't know what the root of it was.
Yeah.
Like, where did that come from?
No pun intended.
That's where it came from. Oh, yes. So anyway, and then the other thing, people are getting bangs on purpose.
On purpose?
I can't do it. I had bangs my whole life.
I wonder who the celeb is that has bangs all of a sudden.
Taylor Swift has had bangs forever, but no, it's just kind of
true.
like the style, because women get bored and they're like, oh,
Sure.
let's do bangs this year. And so I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't think I can do bangs. I'm doing curtain bangs. That's what I'm doing. And the butterfly cut is coming in where it's all of these layers that are wispy, whatever. I can't afford to thin my hair out. It can't happen. I'm sorry. I'm about ready to do extensions just to have thickness. Because I feel like my hair is so thin. And then,
apparently Malia.
You know what? I haven't let that go.
You haven't?
No. It was wedding morning.
Wedding morning.
And although this is a very simple, small ceremony, we have to look good.
Yeah.
So we had a hairstylist, Malia, our daughter, she did everyone's makeup. Like, it was like a full, you saw it. It was like a salon in the house. It was amazing. I actually thought it was really fun. So our hairstylist comes and he does all of our hair. He's finished everyone's hair. Emily goes, I just want you all to know that Greg said I have the thickest hair of all of us. In the family. And we're all, excuse me, Gregory? He's like, well, it is true. We're like, I'm like, what about Mackenzie? She has like Scottish, Irish hair. It's as thick can be. And he's like, nope, it's not. I was like, I can't believe it. I'm like, well, that's just youth, unfortunately. Yeah. I'm like, wait till you don't have hormones, Malia, just like the rest of us. I saw you were getting into the truck today, and I saw from the camera from the top, and I'm all, Daryl wore a lot of hats when he was a kid, didn't he?
I did. Oh, because is it thinning at the top?
Thinning.
There's no bald spots, though.
Did you ask Craig?
Yeah.
Because I always ask him. Oh. I'm like, hey, is my part a little too party? He's like, what are you talking about? I go, you know what I mean. He goes, Jamie, if you had any bald spots, I would tell you. I'm like, well, he's like, no. And I'm like, okay, I'm just saying, let's not dick around.
What's going on the sideburn area, though?
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I don't think you have any clue what you're speaking of at all. You know nothing.
I have Polly Walnut's hair. I have nothing to talk about.
You know what, though? It's just like when people have glasses. Gray hair and glasses have nothing to do with getting older. Some people get gray at 20. I know women who started getting gray hair like at 20, 21, and they're just like, what? And they've just died their whole life and they just don't even think about it.
Yeah. If I have the hair that my dad has at that age, I'm good.
Wait, if you go all gray?
No, I don't. The gray part doesn't bother me. That's what I'm talking about.
You mean just having hair?
Having the amount of hair that he has, I'd be okay with
it. It is very interesting that men who have hair don't ever want to lose it. And then the men they're balding, they just shave it all off. Like, there's no in between with men. There are some that try to live in denial for a minute, but after a while, it's just like, no, you either have a head of hair or you don't. And just go one way or the other, and it's fine. And I've never seen a man who has shaved his whole head bald who didn't look fine. Yeah. Like, they look so much better than if they were trying to cling to the 3 strands that are hanging on. Yeah. It's much better just to live in the now.
At least have it buzzed down.
Yeah, it looks fine. It looks fine. Trust. Anyway, all right. Well, that's the show. Thank you for listening to our hodgepodge. Again, if you would like to rate and review, maybe don't rate and review this show specifically, but in general, if you like what you hear, you can rate and review and go, most of the time it's really good.
Not offended whatsoever.
I don't blame you.
Yes. Let's just go 5 stars, but I was going to give it 5 stars, but I'm going to give it 4.5 for the every 8th episode that producer Dub has to be on.
No, you know what? I blame myself.
Oh, okay.
I blame myself.
All right.
I wasn't prepared for a sub, and I should have been. I should have like a sub content where I just can pull, and I just, you know what? This one's on me. This one's on me.
Okay. I don't think it was bad.
It was good.
Oh,
it's always good.
nice to me.
It is. I swear. All right. Thank you for listening.
Thanks,
we'll see you
everybody.
next week. Bye.